Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jeremy Sanders, and thank you very much for spending some time with me today on the Crew First Culture podcast. So, the thought of the day, and don't have a lot of time, just going to jump right into it, is this: great crews do consistently what the others do occasionally. And so, kind of getting right into it, where that came from is a few days ago, I was listening to the Craig Groeschel Leadership Podcast, and if you've not heard of that, you need to look it up. It's a great podcast, great leadership thoughts and ideas and nuggets. It's a good one. So anyway, it he basically, and I've heard him say it several times throughout some of his other podcasts, but how he described this thought was successful people do consistently what others do occasionally. And I kind of, as I heard that in my own mind, kind of moved it around a little bit, worked it around a little bit to fit more of what I was thinking and what I was kind of needing to hear. And of course, I was on my way to work to the firehouse, and it just kind of it moved through my mind like I just said it. Great crews do consistently what the others do occasionally, or the others don't do it all, however far you want to take that. And you can maneuver the words however you want to: successful crews, or excellent crews, whatever it is. But the point is, the good ones do these things consistently, and the things that they're doing consistently, the others, the mediocre crews, the minimum standard crews, the lackluster crews, the crappy crews, they occasionally do them, or like I said, they don't do them at all. And so kind of what I want to bring up during this is maybe some misconceptions when I talk about things like this, or when anybody talks about things like this. Man, consistency is a tough word. Consistency is a tough word. It's almost like accountability. They are huge words that have a lot of weight to them, and that are not they're not easy words to follow up with or fulfill. There's hard decisions, hard choices, hard actions that are required for both of these words. And so consistency very easily can be one of my biggest problems, and has always been one of my biggest problems. If you want to, you know, talk about any aspect of my life, but kind of keeping it crew centered, or leadership centered, or fire service centered right now, that's been one of my biggest kind of holes to date, is not being able to stay consistent, not being able to keep myself at a consistent level of drive and motivation. And I've talked about it before. I don't like that word. Whatever it is, I struggle with being consistent. The biggest area of concern with that, and the most clear problem with that, is when you're somebody like me that has a mission in mind, that has a culture that I want to create and want to achieve and maintain. You got to have consistency to get there. You have to. If you don't, then you're going to be spinning your wheels. You're going to be doing the whole one step forward, two step back dance. And that's exactly pretty much what I've done through my formal leadership career. I have times that I'm driven and ready to push forward, and we make steps forward. And then I have times where I don't have anything. I don't have anything to give. And, as a result of that, we fall back. And hopefully over time, those steps forward are much bigger than the steps back, so that at least the needle is moving a little bit. You're moving towards the goal in the big picture, over time. But sometimes that's not even the case. Sometimes those steps back are much bigger. And so it's just a continual, consistent fight to be driven to do good things and know what your purpose is and know how to do it and do it. And just all of a sudden have the wind taken out of you, have nothing to give, have, no drive to keep pushing, and feel it slipping away and seeing it slip away. I can't tell you how many, firehouse kitchen table sit down talks that we've had as a crew over the past 3 years that were basically kind of reset button conversations. I know we've not done great here lately, and I've not had a lot to give here lately, blah blah blah, whatever it was, but I want to get back into it. I truly cannot tell you how many times I've had some version of that conversation with my crew. And always, 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 the base, the foundation of that problem was me. I never had that sit down and could sit there and legitimately think, I have pushed and did everything I possibly could in this time period of kind of a downslide, but nobody else is doing anything. No, it was always me. It was always, I am the one not doing anything. I am the one not moving the needle. I am the one not making any progress. So that has, as a result, made my journey of, culture and doing good things, it's made it much more difficult. It's made it entirely more lengthy than it should have been. But that's just how it is. That's my one of my faults that I've really got to overcome, and hopefully someday I will overcome it. I think right now I'm just hoping to get better at it, a little bit at a time. But so I wanted, that's what I wanted to start with. I did not want to start this conversation without admitting my faults as a leader. And those faults are, I am not consistent. I am not a leader of a crew that trains every day. I am not a leader of a crew that can honestly say we do a great job every day of learning and growing and getting better. And I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I was those things, because that's who I want to be. That's the leader I want to be. I want to be the leader that inspires that in others. I want to be the person that strives for that. And for the most part, I think I do. I do want to do something every day to get better and grow and learn. But there's always something there that I can use as an excuse for that not to happen. There's always something that we can find to blame on, so that we can justify the fact that we didn't get better today. We didn't train today. We didn't do anything to make this crew more successful. If you are looking for an excuse, and that goes for anything, everybody knows this. If you're on a diet, or if you're wanting to work out more, or if you're wanting to read the Bible more or read books more, whatever it is, if we aren't truly disciplined in what we're doing and the changes we're wanting to make 100%, then there will always be an excuse that we could find to use to justify those decisions not to follow through. And so I just wanted to throw that out there so that nobody out there thinks that I am portraying myself as somebody that has it all figured out. I am portraying my crew as a crew that is perfect in every way that I speak. When I speak through these podcasts or my classes or in anything, if I say that I want to train every day when I'm at the firehouse, if I say that I want us to want to be better and grow every day, that is the absolute truth. 100% absolute truth. Does it happen though? Not exactly. And so hopefully when I talk about these things, I hope that I don't appear to be some type of a hypocrite, because if that's how you're perceiving my words, that's exactly what I am, but I'm not. I know what I want. I know what I want for us as a crew or a family, whatever. Sometimes it's just hard to get there. So getting back to that main theme, since I've got that out of the way, successful crews, great crews, top-notch crews do consistently what others do occasionally. So, that's the struggle, right? How do you come to the fire station every day and want to keep doing something every single day? That's a struggle. As much as I love the job, as much as I enjoy training and enjoy learning and growing and using those times to bond my crew together, it's hard. It's hard to want to just keep pushing every day, especially if you don't have a crew that is entirely bought in. If you've got a crew that everybody is bought in, everybody has input, everybody is part of the process of creating training and teaching and instructing, that's going to be a lot easier of a job. And hopefully having more and more people, that will keep you consistent, because the day that one person is down, you got at least two others keep pushing. But that's where it gets hard, is if you don't have that, if it's just you, or if it's just you and one other person, it just gets old. It gets tiring. It sucks the drive right out of you if you don't have help pushing that ball. It's something that I've kind of, a learning process for me is, trying to figure out a way to get buy-in, to get ownership of what we are doing and who we are from the rest of my people. We're probably looking at getting a recruit firefighter on our crew again here in a few months, brand new, right out of rookie school, and I'm excited for it. I'm not excited because that's probably gonna, it's gonna definitely have to change the crew. Somebody's got to go if we get somebody coming in, which sucks. But I'm excited to get that rebirth again, get that new, passionate, excited, driven new recruit that is ready to learn and just wide-eyed and excited for the job. I'm looking forward to it. And so, kind of knowing that's coming, I've really tried to push on the rest of the crew that, I don't want to be the only instructor. I don't want me and the next senior person to be the only instructors. I want everybody on that crew to be instructors. I want them to be in the mindset that they need to be teaching. which means that they need to be learning right now, not going through the motions in training, not just, checking the boxes. They need to be learning to the point to where they know it good enough to be confident to teach others. And that's hopefully what I can get us to really aim for, because I don't want to be, the person that everybody is waiting to start talking because nobody else wants to step up and teach or share their knowledge. I don't want that. I want to be the person that learns from others sometimes. And so that's something that would really help, is just getting more and more input, more and more buy-in, more and more help when it comes to training and things like that. So, the whole consistent thing, there's so many ways and so many areas you could go with that. It's not just about training. It's, it's fueling up the rigs when they need to be fueled. It's cleaning up after dinner so the place isn't disgusting the next morning when the next shift comes on. It's blowing out leaves in the bay when it's windy and the entire floor of the bay is covered in leaves. Doing your part consistently, pulling your weight consistently, having an outward mindset consistently. What can I do to help somebody else? Those are big. Those are big, big things. And so, like anything else, this isn't a flip a switch. You don't get it one day, the next day you do. This is big stuff that is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of energy. But there's so much truth in that very simple statement. The great crews do consistently what the others do occasionally. And maybe consistently doesn't mean every single day you do every single thing. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe consistently means that every single day we're doing something good. Whether, okay, we didn't get much training today done, but, we did a great job of getting those rigs clean. They've been trashed for a couple of days. We did a great job of that, taking care of our stuff. We didn't really get out and get out in the public and pull lines at so-and-so like I hoped. But you know what? We sat down during lunch and had a great conversation about, fire attack, or about search and rescue, or about ladders. That's good stuff. That is something that I would consider consistency that is going to lead to great crews. And here's another one. If you want to keep going, I want to keep going, because it's just funny, because as I'm talking, different things come to mind. So, okay, here's this. We've had these days, I feel terrible inside because we didn't get anything done that I would like to have done as far as learning or training. We didn't do anything physically. We didn't sit down to watch any videos. We didn't do anything. Maybe somebody or everybody was just not feeling it. But you know what? We had fun all day long. We joked around. We got out and played cornhole or pickleball. I lost my train of thought. Pickleball or basketball or whatever it is. We had a great day as a crew. We enjoyed being together. It pulled us together as a crew. Okay, that's a win. And sometimes I've got to tell myself that that's okay. Because one way or another, we are moving that needle forward. Maybe it's not in every way that I would like, but we are doing good things. We are being consistently better than other crews because we are being consistently better. We are doing things that other crews aren't doing. And that's fine. I don't care what other crews do. If they're going to screw us on fuel every day, okay, whatever. We'll take care of it. If we're going to come in the station and it's nasty, yeah, it sucks. Absolutely, it sucks. I got to clean the kitchen table before I even sit down at it because my arms are going to stick to it or whatever. Okay, there's no reason for that. It's irritating. But you know what? We know how that makes us feel, and we're not going to do it to anybody else. We are consistently thinking about how others would feel. We are consistently wanting to take care of our firehouse, our rigs, our bodies by working out. And those are good things. And I've got to maintain some positivity towards those things as well. I've got to remember that success isn't only success when it's, in my eyes, defined that way. My definition of these things, positive, successful, whatever it is, good days, isn't the only acceptable definition. There are lots of other ways we can be doing good things. And I got to be okay with that sometimes. Not to say that I've got to, be okay with never doing the things I want us to do as a crew, being okay with not training for months because we just don't feel like it. That's not what I'm talking about. Being consistently good as a crew, being consistently thinking of others, being consistently prideful in our house, our rigs, our crew. So many different ways that we can consistently get better. And so just some things to think about. I don't know, maybe I missed the mark completely. This actually went a lot farther sideways from where I was kind of planning on going with it. But, I think there's a lot of truth to it. It's like I said, it's a very simple statement, but it has so much relevance, and it really does make some great points. And so I hope you have a great day. I hope you can kind of maybe sit and think about this and see where it can be applied and where it can be helpful, hopefully. But once again, as I leave, great crews do consistently what the others do occasionally. Thank you again for joining me. Until next time, stay humble and do work.